What's up, y'all? How are y'all doing? Are we live? Are we live? We are live. Come on in, guys. I'm chilling out. We are in. We're still in the hospital. We're in Houston, so the hurricane is right around the corner, right down the street. Um, we have been in the hospital since July the 19th. So come on in, everybody. Mm, 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 mm. Come on in if you're here. If you want to stay, kick it for a little bit. Say hi. Say what's up. How you doing? A couple of updates. We'll get into that, but I'll give you guys a chance to come in. If you're here, if you're new, if this is your first time, say hey, what's up? Don't be a stranger, honey, because I like to talk. If you haven't known that by now. Hello, Barbara. How are you? Yes, the absolute worst part is behind us. Now we can just focus on the future. Um, my baby had to go through a very, very complex surgery. Like his surgery was 7 hours long, and they had to even after the surgery, the surgeon had to come back. They called him from his house at like 11 o'clock that night to make adjustments bedside. So they were at his bedside after surgery for 3 more hours. So he went through a lot. My baby went through a lot. So we are recovering. He's recovering well. So we've been through a lot, y'all, this past month. It's been so hard. Um, those of you who haven't followed my channel, I went live about a couple weeks ago saying my baby had tested positive for COVID and they could not operate until he tested positive. No, until he tested negative, and it took 2 weeks for him to test negative. So we were in the hospital a month before they even got to do surgery. So um then after he tested negative, the insurance that we had refused to pay for the surgery. So doctors here had to write letters. They had to call. It took 2 weeks of just trying anything, doing anything that we can to get the insurance to cover their surgery. And they finally caved in, and everything worked out. Like all the hell that we went through just getting here, and everything that we went through, it worked out exactly how it was supposed to, because the procedure that we came here for was very minimal. They weren't even supposed to do an open heart surgery on my son. They were just supposed to just like cut him right here, make a little, put a band on this artery right here, close him up. But the insurance would not pay for that. So they had to request for a more extensive surgery that he was going to need in a couple of months. So they were like, okay, well, they won't approve this. Let's see if they'll approve this more extensive surgery. He blows my mind. He blows my mind how he worked. Now, but going through that, like while we were in it, it was so hard. There were days where I would just cry. Like I was like, God, why can't they just, like, my baby's heart is in failure. Like we need this surgery. And the surgeon said he was just sitting in conference one day and he said, it just hit me. Like, why are we asking them to pay for this when he needs this surgery down the line? Let's go ahead and think about the future. Okay, so they won't cover this surgery. So let's start looking at the surgery that he's gonna need and start doing the prep work for that. And he said, after he came to me when they were of out of the OR, he said, you know what? I'm so glad we submitted to get that surgery done, because your son's heart was in complete failure. If we had just done that minimal surgery and sent you guys home, it would have been a disaster. So it's like now that we're through It's like, God, that just blows my mind. So he got the surgery that he needed. Um, and everything worked out. Like everything worked out. And I'm just so grateful that it's finally behind us. Like all those tears, all that crying, it just, I mean, if I'd known that this was going to be the end result, I would have just been like, okay, that's all you get. Come on with some more. But it worked out. Like everything worked out. Um, and I think we're going. I don't think I know. Uh, we're gonna trans. We're gonna uh transition to Houston because there's absolutely no way I would feel comfortable with being 7 hours, 6 hours away from the doctors and stuff here because they worked on him. They've done like all the work, and I just like it wouldn't make any sense for me to go back to Mississippi to those doctors who didn't want to do surgery in the first place. They were just like, oh, we'll wait till he's a year or two, and I was just like, no, he needs some type of intervention, which is how we found the doctors here in Houston. Like we just started like sh- really, I guess you could say shopping around, like sending his medical records to different hospitals. Can y'all look at this? Because not doing anything is not working for us. We need someone that's gonna give a immediate like interventions that need to be done now. Like we don't want to wait till he's 1 year. The doctors was telling me stuff like we don't have to do anything now. He'll just be a fast breather. I'm just supposed to be okay with him breathing fast. No, his heart is failing. So that's basically how we found the hospital here. They saw his records and they was like, oh no, we need to be doing something now. Oh yes, yes. They didn't even want the doctors in Mississippi didn't even want us to come here. They were literally trying to talk us out of coming here, like, oh, they're just gonna tell you the same thing. It was just hard. But now, I was sending my baby's records to anyone who would look at them because we were just like, that's not, and mainly because we have a network of like physicians and pediatricians like in our family and friends that we could consult and be like, okay, this is what's going on, this is what the doctors are saying, and they'd be like, not quite. And so, what's disappointing is everyone doesn't have that. Everyone can't call their friend or their cousin's best friend and be like, hey, my friend's baby just got diagnosed with this. How you feel about this? And they have their circle of physicians and stuff like that. Like everyone doesn't have access to people like that. So I can't imagine what people have to go through when they're just taking the doctor's medical consulting just at face value. Like everyone can't do that. And so we were blessed to have people to say, this is what you need to ask for. This is what you need to tell them. This is what is going on with him. These are signs of heart failure. If he's doing this, then it's a clear indication that his heart is failing. What's up?
Sorry, buddy. I'm just gonna give the antibiotic IV and then Tylenol in the tube.
Okay.
Just want to make sure.
No. Yeah, it's 9 o'clock, so I knew he was getting.
Okay.
Yeah, so he was getting something, and then the Lasix is at 12.
Got a lot of medicine actually. It's not enough for him on my paper.
Okay. So,
That's right. Captopril, and they added that too.
And
then the Lasix and ibuprofen. So they switched the Tylenol and ibuprofen.
Okay. He's still awake? He just looking? Just watching TV. I got a TV, baby. My baby just sits up and watch TV. Now that his pain is under control because the surgery was not last Friday, but the Friday before. And the breathing tube was the first thing to come out, and we're still working on. He has a feeding tube right now, and we're still working on his feedings. I think the way that speech therapy and occupational therapy has explained it to me, when that feeding tube comes out, it's almost like having like strep throat. It's really hard to swallow. So feeding him has just been really kind of hard. So we have to kind of wait till the swelling goes down in his throat for him to feed. But he has a feeding tube right now. But those days where he was weaning, like they had to wean him off of those really, really heavy narcotics. Those days were really hard. Like they were really hard for me. Um, it was really hard seeing my baby on that ventilator. He was on a ventilator for several days after his surgery. They actually so now when people have, I'm sure they do that for adults as well. Maybe children, I don't know. But they left his chest open for 3 days, maybe longer. He's such a, and listen, he does not look like what he's been through. They left his chest open in case they had to, make adjustments, which they did in the beginning. They had to make adjustments bedside, so they leave their chest open, and it also helps to keep them from swelling. Because when they closed it, my baby swole, and I couldn't even imagine what would have happened if they would have closed it immediately after surgery. So they leave it open and let the swelling go down, and then they closed it, and he was swollen really bad even after they closed it. So I had to see my baby with his chest open. I had to see my baby. I mean, they kept something on it, and it was just a lot for me. I would tell the nurses, when I was in the room, to just make sure he was covered, because it was really hard to see him like that. So they had to wean him off of the narcotics that he was on. So he was, fussing. And I mean, I would imagine like he had a really, really extensive surgery. They literally have to reroute his arteries. If you know anything about hearts, they literally we need to put them over here. Like literally had to reroute his artery. He went through very extensive surgery. So the recovery is gonna take some time. But we're a week and a half post-op. So every day we're gonna get there. So it's been incredibly hard to step. Kind of sort of, you looking at him? He just watching TV.
He's looking at me like,
what do you want?
What now? I thought you were gone already. Got rid of you.
So it's been hard to kind of like step away from like my channel, and for a while, I know for the first couple of weeks when we were in the hospital, I couldn't watch anybody's content because I was just like, oh god, I want to go on so bad. Like I was going through withdrawals. They thought the baby was going through withdrawal. I was going through withdrawal. So it's been really interesting for me to find ways to still put out content. Hey, how you doing? I've had to really find ways to be creative and put content out, even with being in the hospital. Thank you so much. Hey, Moochie. So I've been doing that, and then my sister recently was just like, hey, I don't want you to lose any type of momentum on your channel, so I will go out, give me the breakdown. I go out to the store and get your footage for you. And so, she's this past Sunday, so we're going to be doing like a lot of trial and error just to keep the content going, because I want to keep the momentum going with my channel. So she'll send me the footage and I'll edit it and everything like that. So I've found ways to still put out content and still be connected, to the community, because whether I'm here or not, it's people out there, and when I touch them doors, I'm gonna need diapers. I'm gonna need diapers for this baby. I'm gonna need diapers for the 2-year-old who refuses to be potty trained. So I know that I'm not the only one who could like use some help in that area. So I've been able to kind of keep going through it all. But we will most definitely be transitioning to Houston. thought we were going to be able to do it sooner, but it looks like maybe November, somewhere around that time. Just to make sure that I've like cut a lot of. Well, I've made the transition from being in Mississippi. Being in Mississippi has been, if you've been on my channel for a while, it's going to be incredibly hard for me to step away. Outside of my job, which I'm able to, my 9 to 5, I'm able to transition with that. But I mentioned it several times on the channel before, like being able to coupon as much as I do without being monetized from YouTube is because I have a second job. But I have a whole second job. Like my music supports me being able to coupon. So a lot of that money doesn't come out of like my 9 to 5 money. So I take all of the money. Thank you. I take all of the money from my gigs and my shows and stuff like that, and I put that towards my couponing. So the money that I make from singing and stuff like that, and back in Jackson on a good month, it can be anywhere from like $600 to $1,000. That's just extra income for me. And that I would have to walk away from. So, making that sacrifice is going to be hard, but I believe that I'll be able to, shift some of that energy towards YouTube. So being consistent, growing my channel, making sure that I put out content that people want to see, making sure I'm putting out content that people find useful and resourceful is very important to me. So I'll have more time to dive into that. But we will definitely be transitioning to Houston, and I'll be more, I'm so private, y'all. I'm so super, super private. So like talking about like stuff like going on in my family, I'll be like, I don't know, but I'm going to do more. I'm going to be more open. You know what I mean? And if you've seen any of my content, I have a 2-year-old Adonis who is off the chain. Every couponing video he's in, he's always like, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. That's just his thing. Like I was ready to get out the house, but I wasn't ready to come coupon with you. So, I'm going to be a little bit more open with, my family and like bringing them on screen so you guys can see them. They're absolutely amazing. And I'm just not saying that because they're mine. And then my baby, if y'all hear him fussing with that little raspy call, his voice is not even back. I was telling the occupational therapist, she's like, how do you think his voice is? I was like, sweetheart, that is a 5. His voice is definitely not all the way back. So yes, this journey has just been really hard. But like I said, the worst part is behind us. Do y'all hear him? It's so subtle and like it's cute. It's not annoying. Like normally I can't take crying because my nerves is horrible. But it's so faint. And it's usually just because I can't pick him up because he still has like wires that go like to his heart, and I'm just like, babe, we'll pick you up when they take them wires out. I'm not, if one of them wires get hung up on something, then you're gonna be hollering and the nurse is gonna have to pick me up off the floor, and then that's just not gonna work. So I just try to soothe him while he's in the bed and make sure that he's okay when he gets fussy. But he's really just been watching TV. And he doesn't like to feel like I'm not in the room. He can hear me. He's like, I hear you talking. I hear you talking, but you're not in my face. So what's the deal? But I'm not gonna let him just cry, y'all. But anyway, so yes, guys, if you are watching this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up, guys. I know that I've been like MIA. But baby, life has been using me as a punching bag, and I'm just trying to roll with it. But whoo, if you get knocked on your feet, you get knocked off your feet every now and then. But I've been doing good. I'm so glad we're over this hump and we can start looking at the future. Um, I'm finna be all the way in H-Town. Okay. I don't know when, y'all. I don't know when, but I'll be sure to include you guys in on that journey. I'm excited. I'm excited because I mean, as far as like, I'm not really concerned as far as like my job because that's I always have that. But I'm more so excited about the music tip because I was like, baby, if I can make it in Jackson, and it is a music city, there's literally absolutely, absolutely. And I was really transparent. Hold on, y'all. I do not like my baby crying like this. Hold on 1 second. I shall. Okay. Okay, so Jackson, Mississippi is a music hub. There's live music going on everywhere, all the time, 7 days a week. There's live music going on. So, having to navigate through that and then moving to a city as big as Houston and kind of establish those relationships is going to be challenging. But I'm super excited because I have a support system that can help me navigate through that. So it won't be such a huge loss as far as income is concerned. But and then like the bands that I travel with, a lot of their shows are in Houston. So he just wants mommy. So we'll be making I'll know more about that. But to your point, Barbara, I shared a little bit. Baby, what I shared on Facebook was surface level of what we've been through. And even what I shared with y'all just then, like in that 20 minutes, that's surface level of the things we had to go through from day one. Like I've just told you a brief synopsis of what we had to go through, but baby, that I would one day I'll take y'all down the rabbit hole. It's a lot. When it came to me advocating for my son and things that we had to deal with and just had to say, no, we're not gonna take this. So I'm telling my story lifetime. But until then, guys, if you're watching this video now, thank you guys for tuning in. If you're watching the playback, make sure you give us a thumbs up, guys. Thank you for sticking with me on this journey. Okay, I'm going to tend to my son he's supposed to be asleep, but he's watching Peppa Pig and I guess he's over it. But thank you guys for sticking with me on this journey. I'm about to upload my Walgreens Wednesday. It's gonna be Thursday. I'm mad that all the couponers in Hattiesburg and wiped out all the Scott. There's no Scott and none of the Walgreens. So y'all done wiped out all the toilet paper and paper towels, and I feel a way about that. But I was still able to get some savings. And it's helping my sister navigate through couponing at Walgreens. So she's learning. She's like, oh my, I didn't know you could do this. I didn't know you could do that. So I'm teaching her how to film and teaching her how to coupon at Walgreens. So I'm killing two birds with one stone. So yeah, I'll be uploading my Walgreens video tomorrow, as well as the diaper deals for CVS coming up this weekend. I saw the early ad preview on Savvy Coupon. Do y'all know who I'm talking about? Savvy Save. I've been following her for years and I can't get her name right. So she does the early ad previews for Walgreens and CVS. And CVS next week it's tough. Dang it. That stupid 40, spend 40, get 10 is just ridiculous. And then they have diaper deals going on, but it's not a whole lot going on at CVS next week, y'all. So it's just going to be one of those weeks where you're just going to have to look at your CRTs and look at, whatever digitals you have and just, baby, do the best that you can do. My Care Pass kicks in on Saturday, so we'll see how that goes. And y'all, I got like $20 on Fetch. There you go. Savvy Coupon Shopper. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, baby. So it's next week is gonna be a struggle. So, but what I really love about this community, what I love about the couponing community on YouTube is on weeks like that, I will still see people that get like they come up with deals, and I just be like, "Yo, how'd you do that?" Like it's so um I just love to see how people just get creative at CVS. I like to see how they get creative, and they do the deals that work for them. And that's one thing I love about being subscribed to so many couponing channels is that everybody, it's almost like you see that one deal, but every now and then you see like all these different deals, and I'm just like, how did you put that together? Like how? And but I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And then, which is why I really try to support like all of the channels, especially the channels that put me on. And I try to, make sure that I give them the credit, because those channels are the reason why I coupon. Like, I stress so many times, like, I would not know anything about couponing at CVS if it was not for Couponing with Tony and Savvy Coupon Shopper. Like a couple years ago, I subscribed and I stalked their channels, and then I messed around and found couponing with Star, and then I messed around trying to get my game up on Dollar General and Family Dollar, and I found Short Mama, and I found couponing with Star and Greg the Dude, and I was just like, huh, my eyes were just like open. I was just like, oh my god. So just that, the OGs, I call them the OGs, just like watching the OGs and how they created this community of couponers and content creators. It's been great to see. And I've gotten to know some amazing people. Like, even I'm like, my channel is like super small. Like, my channel ain't even that big, baby. But I've just made relationships with people who are genuinely just great people. Like, careless. I mean, like, people that really genuinely care for you. And you're just like, babe, you don't even know me from a can of paint. But we're all super nice to each other. We all support each other. And and it's not even like, oh, my channel is, I have this subscriber, so I'm on this level. No, like, everyone that I've come across has all just been like super, super nice to me, super, super great, and super, super supportive. And I think that's just amazing. Like, I love that about being a content creator on here. And I love this community. Okay. Now, as far as like the negativity and the drama, and all that stuff that go on, I don't too much, know about it. Or if I do, I'll be like, oh, there's some tea. But I mean, we have our little spills. There's a couple of examples of that. Like, when that whole coupon fraud thing was going around, I was over it. It was a couple of instances where stuff was going on, but I just love this community. I said all of that to say I love this community. I did. I did the same thing until I don't know what made me strike up the nerve to start, because I'm still, even though I'm a performer, I'm still funny about being in front of the camera. Like, that's still like really weird to me on certain instances. But I wanted to do a channel that would be a part of the community, but still meet like a need. And I still think, and throughout the process, because I watched a lot, I've binge watched a lot of Think Media channel. I think his name is Sean Carnell. Think Media, I believe that's his name. I stalked his channel before I started my own channel, because he has so much content around like creating a channel, what you need to do, what you need to do on a budget, what do you do just starting out, like how do you get in front of the camera, like all of the tech stuff, and just starting out, things like that. That was a really great resource for me to have. And I did that, but I wanted to create a channel that was somehow different and met like a need, but was still a part of the community, and it wouldn't be um so I remember when I was learning, the reason I got into couponing was because I needed diapers. That was the reason why I started. I was just like, I remember I was 6 months pregnant with my first son, and I had been saying I wanted to learn how to coupon. So I started watching. I remember getting on YouTube one day and typing in how to coupon, and uh a couple of videos came up, but they were like long. I remember going to sleep. They was like 2 hours long, and I remember waking up like, what was they talking about? And then Tony came up on one of the recommended channels, and I was like, what's this is? And I clicked on it, and I watched it. I was like, oh, wait a minute, y'all ain't tell me about this. Oh, this is different. And so I subscribe, and then I would just watch, and I'll be like, digitals? You mean tell me I don't have to have this whole binder? Like I don't have to. I just was like, oh, and it became something. It started clicking, and then the way the algorithm works on YouTube. Once you start watching someone, you start to see other channels, and then I just dove in. Like I dove in. Like I would not stop binging until I just worked the nerve up. And the thing with CVS, you have to you got to spend before you get. So on the front end, it was a little much, but then once you get the bar rolling, you just like, baby, you just don't end up paying out a lot of now I will say this, a lot of my content, my out of pockets be kind of, they be all over the place. Some days I might not pay nothing. Some days I might have to drop 15, but everyone's that's okay. Everyone's like walk is different. Everyone's coupon and budget is different. Everyone's, everybody might not be trying to do 17 deals just to get to that one deal that they're trying to do. So I've learned throughout the process that that's okay. Like that's okay. Like, create the content that is best for you, and within your budget, because like I said, I ain't monetized yet. YouTube ain't cut me the check yet. So in the meantime, I've had to I've been with the baby for the past since May. We've been going back and forth with the doctors and the hospitals and stuff. We've been doing this since May. So I haven't really just had time. I had the baby in April. I just had a baby. I haven't had time to be as consistent as I want to be. And then Corona hit, and then all the music stuff shut down. So a large part of my income just completely cut off. So that was that. But I've still been able, because I, have the resources, I've still been able to find ways, even through the pandemic and all of that, I've still been able to find ways to save money and get the stuff that I need and stock up for diapers. And that's what, I really want. Because I saw that as a need. Like I know, even in my last video that I put up, I know that there are a lot of content creators that do diaper deals. I know Short Mama does diaper deals. I know Meeks Coupon Life does diaper deals. I know Tony does diaper deals. I know, Couponing for a Call, she highlights deals. She does her CVS walkthroughs on Thursdays. That's another person who I just, oh God, I learned so much from shopping at CVS, from Couponing for a Cause. I don't know how I forgot her. And I remember watching her. Her channel was, I think I've been subscribed to her channel maybe 3 years now. So it's been really great just watching how her channel has just taken off, and the work that she's doing It's absolutely amazing. So I would be remiss if I didn't give her the credit. So he just so fushy. Hold on, y'all. Got a whole pacifier in his mouth and still crying. So yes. So it's been I want to reach a level of consistency as my mentors. They don't know they my mentors, but they my mentors. I want to reach a level of consistency that they have in their careers. Um and I'll get there. I'll get there. Is that the two feeding tube? Oh, that might be the what's the name? So yeah, I want to reach a level of consistency to put out content, because even in all the research that I had before I started my channel, I have learned that consistency is key. The more consistent that you are, the more people start to watch, because your subscribers know that on Wednesdays I'm getting a Walgreens video, on Sundays I'm getting a CVS video, on Thursdays I'm getting that walkthrough, Fridays I'm getting that Dollar General breakdown, Saturdays I'm getting that Dollar General haul. Like, people want consistency, and rightfully so. Channels that have honed in on that consistent, Sundays you're going to get a video, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Channels that have done that are very successful. Now, granted, some of those channels, they might not work or they might work, but they've come up with a system that works for them. And that's essentially what I want to get to, is being more consistent and sticking to the schedule. My life has just been all over the place, y'all. Like but every time, and it's so frustrating, like, because I've had my channel, I started in January of 19. So I've had my channel for a couponing channel, I've had my channel a long time. But the thing that has killed me has been that not being able to get consistency or find that schedule that works for me, with the working 9 to 5 and then having like the music stuff that I do like on the side. And that's really what's kept me from opening my Instagram. Like every day I'm like, should I just start my own Instagram page that's associated? I have a Facebook page, so if you are on Facebook, I have a Saving Money with Mira Facebook page, and I post like all of my videos and stuff. Like if you don't have like the notifications on YouTube, I post like all of my videos that I post on YouTube on my Facebook page. And so I struggle, like, do I want to start an Instagram page? Because the Instagram that I have now is just strictly for like my personal and music. So I put my personal stuff, some of my personal stuff on there, and then I put all of my music, like if I'm doing shows locally and stuff like that, I put that on there. But I tried to, and I was just like, God, it's another account I gotta manage. Like, I got Facebook, I've got Instagram, I got YouTube. It's just like, oh my God, another account. So I haven't quite made up my mind if I want to bring my couponing content to Instagram. I haven't got there yet, y'all. Maybe when we transition. My mind is still trying. I'm still trying to map out what that's gonna look like for us, transitioning to a bigger city. But I'm excited because I've been in Mississippi. I wasn't born there. I'm an Army brat, so I was born on the Army base in Oklahoma. So I've been in Mississippi all my life. Traveled. We've lived in Houston before as a child, but I've never lived in a city as large as Houston. So it's going to be a journey. And packing up here, moving here with 2 small boys and my husband, who's like having another, hey, Kentucky Nine girl. And a husband who's might as well be a 5-year-old. So I got 3 boys at the house. Rosedale. Where is that? You the second. I just found out saving y'all. My brain is fried. Okay, so Fifi from Mississippi. She lives down the street from me. Literally. Literally. And she's like, oh, I was like, are you in Mississippi? She was like, yeah. I was like, what part? Delta, Rosedale. Okay. All right, so are you close to are you like Greenville, Greenwood, Delta? Or you like Clarksdale? Clarksdale, what's another city up there? Tupelo, kind of Delta. I could be all over the place. But yeah, so I'm from Vicksburg, but we live in Jackson. And okay. Okay. I've done shows in Greenwood. I haven't done that many shows in Greenville. And then like Yazoo. I'm from Hattiesburg. Thank you, Rose Roberts. Yeah, so Hattiesburg, what I found out, Hattiesburg is a hub for couponers. It's 1 million of y'all that coupon in Hattiesburg, and y'all done wiped out Walgreens and I feel away. Okay? It's 1 million of y'all. I'm home from the hospital. Double pneumonia. Oh my God. I'm so glad you're better. The single pneumonia is hard enough, honey. Double you had, so that means, I'm assuming that means both lungs. But yes. So my sister's in Hattiesburg. And I personally know a few couponers that are in Hattiesburg, and I'm like, I thought couponers in Jackson. So yes, Fifi from Mississippi. I'm just like casual conversation, like, where you from? And she's just like, one of his tubes are going off, y'all. Every time it go off, I'm like, I'm used to this noise because it's the doggone door at Walgreens going off every 5 seconds. So I was like, oh, that don't bother me at all. But yeah, she was right down the street. She was like, yeah, I live in Ridgeland. I'm like, Ridgeland? I'm like, we live on, down the street from there. So I can't wait to get home, so that we can, like, meet up and collaborate. So if you're watching this, Fifi, I'm pulling up on you, sis. So yeah, there are a lot of content creators in Mississippi. What's her name? Is it Nikki? I think it's Nikki. She's in the Hattiesburg area. She has a large channel too. She's in the Hattiesburg area, and I'm just like, oh, you wanted that? I'm sorry. He's like, so there are a lot of Mississippi content creators that I didn't even know were in Mississippi. So I was like, okay, y'all, I wish we could do something to like get up and meet. I wish we could do more of that or do that. I think that would be a great idea. Something that we should look into doing. I've been on here 45 minutes, guys. So, and he's just, y'all, he's been awake. He's not asleep. He's just sitting there watching TV. Just chilling. So yes, I'm excited about what's new. I am currently going there. I spoke too soon. As soon as I said that, he wants fuss. I'm going through like a 7-day challenge with Think Media that they're doing for content creators to kind of just get some fresh stuff going on. Listen, my baby done been through. He only 4 months old, and he done been through stuff that folks ain't never had to go through in their life. And he's just taking it on the chin. He just bounced back, like he's smiling now. It took him. I was a little kind of like, because he smiles so much. It takes nothing for him to smile. So I think like once we were able to get like the pain and stuff under control. So now he's looking at me like he's smiling now. So I was like, oh, you getting back to yourself. So yes, but my baby, listen, my baby has an incision from right here. I don't know if you can see. Yeah. From literally like right here to almost his navel. The incision is that long. Like on a baby, on an adult, it's probably not that long, maybe. But on a baby, I'm just like, I had to see my baby with his chest open and I almost hit the floor. That was really hard. Just found out our new baby is coming in February. I remember you telling me about that. Looking good as the baby boy. Yes, so he's. I don't know. I remember how messed up I was after a C-section, honey, and they just cut me. So I didn't have to be on the heart and lung machine for 7 hours. I can't imagine the recovery of having to have open heart surgery like that. So he's amazingly resilient, and he gets that from me. I don't know what he got from his daddy, but he gets the resiliency from me, baby. All right, guys, I've been on here for 45 minutes. I need to upload. Let me text my sister. I need to upload. She needs to send me that content so I can upload my Walgreens video. I did really good. She forgot to use. She's still learning, but she forgot to pay with points. So the total came out to be like $8. The total came out to be $8, but she didn't use any points. So she probably would have used like 5,000 in points. It would have been 3. But she was like, I just thought it was so good because the total was $44. I was like, it could have been cheaper than that. And she was like, I thought it was really good. I was like, it is good, but I mean, I'm trying to get free. But then, I mean, it was 8. She paid 8 out of pocket, but I got 3,000 in points, and then I got the $4 register reward. So yeah, and I saw the ad for Walgreens for next week. There's a few deals. I don't know. I guess the CVS and Walgreens was just like, y'all come up with your own deals, and we're not gonna give y'all a lot to work with. So I'll be very interested to see all my content creators, what you guys come up with for next week. It's going to be interesting. We might be getting discharged. So if we do, you'll see me in the stores on later next week. But if not, then you'll be seeing like a brief walkthrough and more so of a haul on my channel. Huggies is going to be giving extra care books on SCVS, and I didn't see any diaper deals. Oh, it's been so hard. It's really hard for me to do diaper deals at Walgreens because they just be doing the absolute most. Like, they don't have CRTs, which is why it's been so hard for me to coupon for diapers at Walgreens. CRTs are usually what kind of push that extra savings over. So, they'll do a spend 25, get a couple thousand points, and it's just never a good deal to me. Now I have like 30,000 something points at Walgreens. I mean, if you have the points, yes, or you have like those perks that they send out, like a 5 off of 20, which was what I had, which is how we got my total down so much today. But Walgreens diaper deals, they just be that'd be kind of high for me, and especially if I've already gotten them for the week at CVS. I'm just like, yeah. But when they had those glitch deals, like when those boxes was ringing up for $3 and $4 or $8 for those boxes, I'll do that. I remember hitting that lick, being like, Oh yeah, I was getting all kind of CRTs, and I was just like, the Sunday that I was, the baby was still sedated, and I took a couple of days off when I shot that first video at CVS. Um, no baby CRTs, and then this Sunday, no baby CRTs, and I'm just like, why when I'm trying to go in the store, y'all don't give me no CRTs? Like what? They know, they be knowing. Like I had a 5 off of 20. That CRT is almost unheard of. I had a 5 off of 20 training pants CRT. Pampers training pants CRT. A 5. Bro, I was so mad. I was like, y'all have never given me this CRT before. Now I have absolutely no way of going to the store. And I don't even know if I'll see that again. Like if I see it again, I bought the pull-ups, a baby care. I had a 5 off of 30 baby care, but I'm gonna start since we're on formula now. I never thought I'd say I never thought I'd even fix my mouth to say that. But we're on formula now, so I wonder if that CRT works on formula. I've been getting a lot of formula CRTs as well. And so for the formula, for the people who buy formula, I'm gonna start doing those deals because they're usually on like a spend 40, get 10 for like CVS brand formula and Enfamil. So I'm gonna start incorporating those into like my diaper deals. I said I was gonna, y'all, I've got like $20 on Fetch, and I said if you saw live from a couple months ago that I was going to build my points up on Fetch to cash out for Christmas. Here we are in August, and I'm so ready to cash out. I'm just like, give me that doggone gift card. I'm so ready to cash out. Like, woo, because that money's just sitting there, and I'm just like, I want. So if y'all see a video of me using that Fetch a gift card, I need you to mind your business, okay? Just keep watching. Mind your business, because that means I done had to pull on that resource. But I ideally said I wanted to build my points up on Fetch to go Christmas shopping, do all my Christmas shopping this year, because you can get Target gift cards, and I do a lot of my Christmas shopping at Target. And I think Fetch has kind of changed their system because it's hard. I don't know how y'all do it. It's hard. I think Fetch has changed their system because it used to be a lot more on that homepage or like the bonus things that you could get. It used to be on mine. Maybe it's just me. It used to be a lot more items on there to give bonus points. Now on mine is nothing but diapers. And I mean it's cool because I buy diapers, but Dove I used to get, Dove, Suave. They used to be like on that bonus section. And that's what I'm aiming for. Like I make sure like every week on every Sunday that I see what's giving points back on Fetch. That way I can see if there's any kind of way that there's any and match that with any deals and stuff like that. So another thing that y'all uploaded that video about the couponing, getting diapers at CVS, and as I'm like going through it, I was just like, God, I miss so much. Like there's still so much information. Poise, yes, Poise was on there, and I have a $4 digital. I have a $4 digital Walgreens for Poise. Yeah, Peppa Pig be wilding, but Poise is on there giving back points. And it's Huggies, and that's it, and it's like beer, and I'm just like, Do I really want to buy a case of Blue Moon to get these points? I love Blue Moon. Okay. You know, if you never had it and you don't drink, I mean, God bless you. But I actually like Blue Moon, and Blue Moon is on there all the time, and I bought it too. Blue Moon is on. I bought it all the time for giving back points, and I'm like, I don't have to pick up a case to get some points on Fetch. In the tune, obviously, poise. And then the Walgreens that my sister went to today, they didn't even have the IBC booklet. I was just like, that's why I love that. And that's one thing about moving that I'm incredibly afraid of. Like, I got to get acquainted with a whole nother store. And you know, when you find that store that you go to, y'all married. Like, we in a relationship. Like, we go together. Like, we go together. Like, birthdays, family gathering. Like, I know what's going on. We on a first name basis. Like, my CVS back home, Christmas, I'm making gift baskets for your husband, for you, your children. Like, you really develop a relationship with these people and they take care of you, and you take care of them because they take care of you. You know what I mean? Like, and it's not even just the cashiers, like, it's the managers. Like, I know the district manager, when he come through, he was like, what's up? And you know, I had a relationship with the stores that I go to, even when I take like a break. Now, I was getting there with the Walgreens, but it was one girl, when I was pregnant, and I was sneaking. I wasn't sneaking. When I was supposed to be on bed rest, I wasn't sneaking. This is before I got put on bed rest, technically. But I would go in there, and the very first time I had that Revlon. I had that buy one get one free Revlon coupons that we wild out with at Walgreens. I had the Revlon coupon. I was racking. And I remember she was going through that coupon with a fine-tooth comb, like reading this. She called the manager up there, and I was cool. I was calm. I didn't get upset. Because it's no point. It's really no point. And people that do that really irritate me. And you give the rest of us a bad name with that foolishness. But we're not gonna get into that. Positive vibes. So she went through them coupons like and I was like, okay, yes. She was like, yes, it's limited one. And, she didn't reject them. She was just like, I'm just making sure. And I was like, oh, no, you're fine, boo. Go ahead. And I'm just on my phone, letting her do that. And I was polite. I was never rude. I didn't get an attitude or anything with her. And from that day on, I guess when she saw, like, you ain't in here trying to get over, I never had a problem. Whenever I came in there, she would chop it up with me. Girl, what you need? How the baby doing? Like, and sometimes, y'all, they really just, the cashiers, they really just be wanting you to be pleasant with them. Like, if your coupon isn't scanning, if it's a restriction that they don't even know, like, they, because we have all gotten flack behind. Okay. I don't look like what I've been through, but they really just want you to be nice to them. They just want you to be nice to them, like in Curtis. Even though you're reading a coupon and say one per transaction, and you think that means one per purchase, and you can only use one, when it literally states that you can use, one per purchase per product, which means you can't use two coupons on the same product. But to them, it's just like, oh, you can only use one. But it's no point in arguing. It's no point in going back and forth with them. There's no point in fighting. Just like, okay, well, thank you. And going about your business. And sometimes that's just all they was like, okay, well, it was nice not to get cussed out today. So when she come back in, let me just be nice to her and help her out and, show her where this is and where that is. Like, you'll be surprised at how being nice to people and cordial and polite you would be amazed at how far that gets you and what we do. You know what I mean? So it's going to be incredibly hard walking away from those stores because I know they're going to take care of me. And that's not even because I'm trying to get over it. That's not because I'm trying to do no slick stuff and glitter and all that stuff. Like, I know I'm just out here trying to get these deals. So I had one shift. Yeah. And like I put them on stuff like Fitch. Like I've shared that information with them. A lot of them have been like, oh, I want to learn. I remember I politely tell them to subscribe to my channel, baby. I'm gonna show you all how to do it. And they don't give me no flack. Like I be in there filming, like cause some like Short Mama talk about it all the time, how they be hating on her. Like they won't even let her come in there and film. Like I don't want to have to go through that at another store. Cause I'm gonna be nice. When I'm not nice, it's a wrap. The game is listen. All bets are off when I'm not nice. So I'm gonna try to be as nice for as long as I possibly can. So I've been a little worried about that. Let's finding a store. But I found one in Houston. The one I went to, I've been there twice. It's around the street from the hospital. And I said, if I got to drive 30 minutes to come to this store, then I will. Because I like the ladies there. Like when I went there before we got admitted to the hospital, I know it's something that you really have to you get used to. But I will say this: if it's not your thing, then it's just not your thing. Don't feel like you should. Don't pressure yourself to do it if you know that if you feel uncomfortable. I felt uncomfortable, but I got over that really, really quickly. Because I just knew that the type of channel that I wanted, I didn't want to have to explain things. Like I wanted to be the type of channel that went in a store. But if you think, and that might work for your channel like that, your subscribers might like that you don't go into the store. Like if that works for your channel and you see that that's working for you, then you don't have to go in a store. Don't feel pressure to do it. But if you, there is an overwhelming because you can't have people's faces in your videos. I try to find a time where it's not so busy, so I'm not maneuvering around a lot of people. So if that's late or if that's early, finding a time to go in. And if you frequent that store, the manager knew that I was going in there to film. And what can you say? I'm promoting the store. I'm bringing people to your store. So it's not like they should have a problem. But if they do, you have to respect that. So it just depends on the relationship that you have with that store. I just like for people to see what I do when I go in. Like I actually, because I'm a visual learner, as well as an auditory learner, but I learn more when I see people do something. So I know there are a lot of people out there that learn that way. So I just make sure that they actually see, like, okay, I'm going in the store. This is what I'm picking up. This is how you read a tag, or this is what the tag looks like. This is what you load when you limit of 1, limit of 2. So yeah, don't feel pressure to go in the store, but if that's, I don't know. I feel like our subscribers have a way of telling us what they want. And it doesn't come off rude, I be telling my subscribers, listen, tell me if you want a printable document, be like, I need you to come in the comment section and be like, I need the breakdown, sis. Come up with it. Like, come off of it now. Like this. So, in a way, you got to give the people what they want. And if that's how they learn, if they need a breakdown to go in the store and follow, then that's what we got to do. I started out with printable breakdowns, but when I started my new job in the marketing position that I had, I didn't have time to do that. Not with working and then doing shows. I just didn't have the time. I do now. So I've been letting my subscribers know, hey, If y'all need the printable breakdown, let me know in the comment section. I can, stop what I'm doing and type it up. I've started, especially since my sister's doing a lot of the filming, I've started typing up the breakdowns for her to go in the store to do anyway. So I want to get more in the habit of that, because people need that resource to go in the store with. Because if we're just keeping it 100, like, who wants to go in the store and watch a video while they're in the store and then try to figure out what you're getting while you're in the store, when you can really just have a breakdown and just tell you what you pick up? I mean, it's really convenient. That's how I learned I wanted to get some paper goods with these points. And let this go pay for it. Thank you. I'm thankful for y'all, man. Y'all keep me going. There's been so many times throughout my channel that I've just been like, this is moving too slow. This sucks. It's been so many times we're like, bruh, I've had this channel for too long. I started watching you to save on diapers. I never come out like you do, but it's okay though. It's okay, because there for a while I struggled with being secure about my out of pockets. I'm like, oh my God, no one's gonna watch me. My out of pockets are way too high. But it really just comes down to, like, do what works best for you. I mean, Short Mama says this all the time. Some savings is better than no savings. And diapers are $13 to $15 a pack. So if all you have is a digital coupon, you ain't paying full price. If all you have is $3 in extra bucks, you're not paying full price. Anything is better than paying $15. I can't even wrap my mind around it. $15 for a pack of Pampers, and it's completely okay. I have I've struggled with that. I'm just like, no one's gonna watch my channel. My out of pocket's too high. Everyone wants free stuff, and I get that. I do, which is why I always try to point people towards different resources, outside of, because everyone is not gonna go in CVS every week and get toothpaste, soap, laundry detergent. Like, everyone has their own thing that works for them and their families. So, which is why I always try to point you guys to resources like Fetch. So even if you're going to Kroger to get, you're going to Kroger to get your soap or your laundry detergent, you can still scan that receipt and get the points back and use that get that gift card and use that gift card at CVS. Or if you're buying Pampers, scan that, open that pack up, download the Pampers Rewards app, scan that code, and build the points and get cash back or get a coupon. Use those resources to help lower out of pockets. Every week is not going to be free. I pay full price for most things. I just want to try it out and see what happens. It's I done pay full price. What do I pay full price for? Because Target, for a while, until I got that Target Red card, I was paying full price for all of my groceries at Target. And Target is closer to my house at home than Kroger. So we would just go to Target because we just didn't feel like going to Kroger and finding a place to park and taking two babies in there. So I would spend a lot of money in Target. And then I got the Red card. And then they started that program where you get cash back for saving a certain amount. Yeah, I know. There's just one of those things. Yeah. So I was spending a lot of money in Target, ridiculous amounts. But then I got that card, that Red card. You can either get a credit card or you can get it's linked to your debit card. So I got that, and it takes 10%, takes a certain percent off your purchases. I don't think it's 20%. They're not gonna give us that much. But that's what I did at Target. But yeah, I mean, some savings, it is just better. And it took me a while. I think the very first diaper deal I did at CVS, I was sweating. I was so nervous. I was just so completely overwhelmed. Like, oh my God, they're gonna kick me out. Like, and that was back when my store took printables. Oh God, I can go to coupons.com and print me some coupons. And I was just like, oh my God, they're gonna kick me out. They're not gonna let me use my printable coupons. Like, I was sweating. I was so terrified. And then, I just went. I kept watching more content until I just built up the nerve to go and try it out. And once I got into like the hang of it, because like I said, I coupon for diapers to help me learn how to coupon. So once I figured out, once the wheels started to turn, then I started looking at stores like Dollar General. Like, I mean, I could throw a diaper deal in this 5 out 25 and still pay $10. So it's trial and error. And what you have to do, whatever works for you. If that's $2 in savings, if that's $20 in savings, whatever works for your household, baby, I'm here as a resource. So, I'm here to help in any way that I can. No judgment at all. If you pay full price for diapers, there's no judgment at all, baby. That's completely up to you. But I'm just here to provide any resources that I can. Y'all see, I'm trying to see if he went to sleep. Yeah, he's asleep. So yeah, do you guys have any questions? Any questions? We're looking at places to live in Houston. I'm just like, first of all, the cost of living is incredibly high compared to where we are. We're in the city in Mississippi, but we ain't paying city prices here. It's like, God, dog. Especially like we're looking at areas. It is our big out. That's how I know I could never do stuff like glitter or that other stuff, because I'll be standing there handing them the coupons, shaking. I know, I can't do it. I just let me do stuff the right way, the right way, and just let me get on down. I'm really hungry. There's a place I can go get something to eat. Y'all got any questions for me? Any questions? I will show you my baby, but he's got tubes from here to there. Thank you. Love you too, love. So I haven't, guys. Please forgive me. I haven't even looked at. Y'all did my own braids. I just want to put that out there. I'm super proud of myself. The second time, because my hair, if you've seen my hair in any of my videos, I have a lot of hair. And then after the baby, I'm thinking like I was gonna have so much postpartum shedding, and it was just like, oh no, we're not going nowhere. We're here to stay. And I just seemed like when I reach back there, it's a whole nother head of hair, and I'm just like, I didn't sign up for this. so much for postpartum shedding, but yeah, like being in the hospital and having natural hair is just really hard. It's really hard to do your hair. And so I just braided it. I had hair left over from when I got it braided before I had the baby. And I just pulled up in the mirror. And was like, listen, I'm finna do this. Thank you, love. It's amazing what you can do when you really ain't got no choice. So I'm like, I'm not going back to the hospital with having to do my hair. Because I have the type of hair that gets, when you don't wash it and you just sleep on it, even if it's a twist out, if it's a braid out, if I just sleep on it or put that cap on and sleep on it, it's going to take an hour for me to detangle it. So I was like, no, I'm gonna put some brace in it. So I'm proud of myself. I did it myself. So thank you. So yes, I'm looking forward to connecting with everyone. assuming if you're here, then you're subscribed. But if you know someone who is either expecting a baby, you know someone who's looking to get into couponing, if you know someone who's trying to learn how to navigate through CVS, because I mean, if we're just gonna keep it 100, CVS might be the most difficult place to coupon at. I know some of y'all thinking like, bro, why CVS? CVS might be one of the most difficult places because there are a lot of moving parts. You got the digitals, you got the CRTs, and you got, how to navigate which one stack. Because when I started, CVS, they think they slick, but they not. But when I started, you used to could stack CRTs. Like, even if it was the same, I think thresholds used to stack. But they've tightened up on the CRT. So now, or maybe it's always been that way. I don't know. But I remember at one point, stacking CRTs wasn't an issue. Used to get. And we used to just, and it wasn't abusing the system. Like if you had 2 CRTs on deodorant, you could use it. But they changed it. I've watched in the past 3 years a lot of couponing stuff change because of everything that's been going on. So I've been able to kind of sit back and see how things have changed. Do y'all remember when Walgreens was like, you can only use 5,000 points per transaction? And people was like, I know you lying. I've got 60,000 points. You think I'm finna just do 5,000 a transaction? Do y'all remember that? Like, so they were trying to, and I think people were just complaining. They changed it back. But I was like, listen to me. Y'all not finna just, and I'm just now getting to where I got enough points. I got about 30,000 points. So I'm with I'm what you call Walgreens rich. It was a mess. Yeah, it was a mess. And people was like, okay, well, I'll just short my transactions. Like, what did you think we was gonna do? So yeah, I'm still learning the when you buy or when you spend terminology at Walgreens. Cause if you watch any of my content, I have a really love-hate relationship with Walgreens. Sometimes I go in there and it's a great day and I get a crap ton of stuff. And some days I'm just like, I mean, do y'all hate me? Because their digitals are known to not come off. It is a known, like you will go in there and they digitals just won't, for the life of you, like they won't come off. But when they have stuff like beauty events and them point boosters be stacking, you be like, oh, this is life. I love this. So yeah, I have a love-hate relationship with Walgreens. And then like on weeks like this week, yes, most of the time you can't find the products in CVS. I rarely go there. See, it's everyone has their own thing. Like, but I will say this: if you're in an area where there are a lot of couponers, you gotta find a CVS that's kind of off in the cut. There's so many in my area. There's literally a lot of them. I've only seen. I rarely run into them. I rarely run into them. So, but now the Walgreens, there's some Walgreens in my areas that I just know you don't even try to go to. Like the couponers gonna come, they're gonna clean everything out. Like don't even try. So I have to go to like a neighborhood one that's kind of smaller. It's kind of smaller. My Colgate deal didn't come out today. I call customer service. When my sister went to the Redbox machine, my physician's formula instant CRT didn't print. And I tried to call CVS today, and they lines is like all jacked up. Walgreens customer service line is way better than CVS. Just if that's just something that y'all should know. Like, if you have a problem, you need to call CVS. Good luck. But if you call Walgreens, they'll give you your points without hesitation. Like, oh yeah, we'll give you points. I did a Colgate and I did the Crest deal at Walgreens. One CVS. That's why. That is exactly why. Couponing has become, which is why I've refused to give up, especially this year, because a lot of people are realizing, see, why do you have one CVS? And that usually what you would see is if you see a Walgreens, you're going to see a CVS very close. So that's very interesting that there's 3 Walgreens and only one CVS, because they're almost like Burger King and McDonald's. If you see one in one area, you're usually going to see another one, just like Family Dollar and Dollar General. What was I going to say? Yeah, so I tried to call them about that $4 because I wanted to do a transaction with that Physicians Formula. That was a great, and it hasn't been on sale. We used to could get Physicians Formula like it wasn't. No, I had so much Physicians Formula because they used to get that $10 extra care book back. We in the surrounding areas in Jackson. All right, y'all. Look, I done been on here a whole extra hour, and he's fussing. So thank you guys. If you're watching the playback, give this a thumbs up. I'll be posting my Walgreens video. Look at him. He just want his mama. I'll be posting my Walgreens video up tomorrow. I like to post my Walgreens video on Wednesdays, but until I get out of the hospital and get back on my schedule, they might be Thursdays. So look for my Walgreens Wednesday, or Get It How You Live Thursday is what I say when I don't make it on Wednesday. So look for that. I think I did really good. $8 out of pocket, and I didn't use no points. Bless her heart. She you know what was going on. So that, and then I'm going to look at the digitals for Dollar General this weekend. I don't know. Oh, Tuscaloosa. Okay, that's still right down the road. That's 3 hours from Jackson. We used to pass through there all the time. So yeah, guys. Thank y'all for hanging out with me. Thank you, Miss Barbara. Thank you. I want to say your name right. Is it Esha? Esha. I think. Thank you, Kentucky Nana. Thank you guys for hanging out with me tonight. Esha. Okay. It's like a bougie way of saying like Asia. Esha. So my sister's name is Asia. So thank y'all for hanging out with me. I've enjoyed your company. Oh, like Aisha. Is that right? Oh, Isha. Okay, like Isha. Y'all don't laugh at me. The E is long. Okay, gotcha. What was I finna say? Thank y'all for tuning in. All right. Stay tuned for more. And like I said, share this with a friend who you know need to get right and save some money. Look at him. He want his mommy. Let me go tend to my child, you guys. Thank y'all so much for watching. Y'all have a good night. Bye. I'm coming.